Well, it's January 3rd and it is a blistering 5 degrees out. Now we're back out in the North Maine woods, and the reason for that is because our first den site, which was Spunky, we were able to get footage on her for 21 hours. And what happened, which is not uncommon, is that she just decided to move to another one of her den sites. And what these bears do is that they'll have 2-3 den sites set up, and she just decided to up and move, which is a part of the game that we're playing with these bears. So what we're going to do today is that we already have another den site in mind, and her name is Nell, and she was the original bear that we were going to go to. Now she's a 15-year-old sow due to have cubs, and Randy's been handling this bear for 15 years. The reason why we took Spunky in the first place is because the location was really nice and easy for us. Nell is a quarter-mile off of a dirt road, or now a snow road. So it's going to take that much more effort to go in and set up, but we have the crews coming out here today, and we are going to put this site in on Nell's denning area. So it's going to be great, and everything's going to go just fabulous, and we'll see you out there on Nell's site. Okay, we are at Nell's den site, and she is approximately a quarter of a mile on the other side of that ridge. Now this makes it a little bit more difficult than Spunky's site, because she was only 260 feet off the road, but that didn't quite pan out. So we're at this site, and this is the original bear again, is what we wanted to use, and we have all kinds of equipment here. We gained another couple of guys who are going to use this nice Argo to help us get our equipment down there. We did some more redesigning. We're going to cut an easy 45 minutes off the time here. We're going to be in and out. So this is going to go over real well, and we'll see you when we get inside. You know, this just shows you that the bears don't always den up where you want them to. Okay, it is January 3rd, and we're at our second site, Nell. And Randy, with his crew, helped us, and we got all the equipment all set up. So Randy, why don't you tell us a little bit about Nell?
Okay, she's 15 years old. We had her great-grandmother on the air in the same area. We had a grandmother and a mother on the air, so we handled her when she was just a 5-pound cub, and have handled her entire life after that. She got a radio collar when she was 1 year old, and has carried a radio collar ever since in every den. This will be the 16th den that we've been to with her in it, starting when she was a cub. So we've handled her all those dens, every den she's ever been in. So,
and I tell you, this was no easy task. This was 3/10 of a mile as the crow flies, and we had a lot of gear to get down there. And I just want to say that the passion of the people that are involved with this project is overwhelming. What it takes to get this kind of equipment and to get what we had to get down there and that much in the woods is just overwhelming. So again, Randy, thank you very much, and we'll see you on the flip side when she's on your computer. Well, it's January 8th, and I'm back at Nell's site. She lasted 28 hours. We have footage of Nell for 28 hours inside the den, and she decided to go other places. And that's not a bad thing. You know, these bears, talking to Randy, they have several denning sites. And what will make them move around, it might have been the noise, it might have been something else. But this is a learning process. You know, there hasn't been a book written about this, and we're trying to write the book on how to do something like this. Now, one of the elements that are really fighting us right now, and as you can see, it's snowing a little bit, but here again, it's January 8th, and I think there's 1.5 inches of snow. We should be sitting on 1.5 feet, 2 feet, and then that would contain the bear to that site. Unfortunately, we don't have that right now, and But we have to deal with that, you know, never say die. So what we're going to do, we're going to go back down to the site that we set up for Nell. And this is a good thing also, because now we can take the time and we can be loud. And we're going to show you our power station a little bit. And then we're going to show you our camera setup so you can see what we've done. We're going to pick this equipment up. We're going to bring it back here to the trucks with the help of Paul. And then on Tuesday, we're going to another site. We're learning as we go. We think we have this whole thing figured out. So I'll see you down at the power plant, and I'll show you all about that. Okay, I'm here, we're back at Nell's den, and right beside me here is Paul Sear, and he's up from Presque Isle, Maine. And Paul is a professional wildlife photographer. And we're very fortunate to have Paul here with us, not only for this lovely machine to get our stuff in and out, but we also have Paul's pictures on our website. So, Paul, how did you get involved with this whole thing that we're doing here?
Well, I get a chance to get a ride Easter Sunday 4 years ago in the bear thing, and that's where I met Randy. Took a bunch of pictures for them. Not sure anybody ever had taken enough good pictures of the crew before. So at first they tell you to just ask to go once, and I got invited back the second year and the third year. Last year I took a year off, but I've done a lot of photography work for the department. I've been on the links monitoring a couple times, and one thing to another.
Now those den sightings, it grabs you, doesn't it?
Oh yeah. It's an experience that you won't soon forget. I mean, it's quite a thing to hold a little bear in your arms and have it purring, and you know.
Now you have a website where people could go and look at your photos, and what was the name of that again?
If they Google my name or paulsearphotography.com, you can get on there, and there's all. The majority of my pictures are all in Aroostook County. Farm, aerials, all kinds of wildlife, birds, moose, bear, all sorts of stuff you'll see in Aroostook County.
And I've been fortunate to see a few of these photos, mainly from Randy in his office down at Fish and Wildlife. But Paul, I want to say thank you very much. You've been a big help, and it's like I said before, without people like Paul and Mike from North Maine Woods and Randy, I mean, a job like this just can't be accomplished. So we appreciate everything that you guys have done to help us so we can get this job accomplished. Okay, well, we're at the power station, and this is what powers everything from the cameras, and we got the satellite dish over there. And basically the way that this thing works is that we have two different units here. We have the power station that houses our generator, our battery packs, and some computer stuff I don't know anything about. And then we have our fuel cell right here, which can keep us going between 2 to 3 weeks. And what we do is that this time we hooked on with Paul's machine. Everything here is on skis. We can take it just about anywhere. We have the right equipment and enough manpower. But this is the unit that we have to get out here in order to power the cameras, in order to bring the video. So it's no small task, and but everything here seems to be working well. Now it's amazing what you learn from something like this. I mean, this is our second denning site that you've seen, and this is the second bear that left. But every time you do something like this, you learn a little more. And the first denning site, this unit was 168 feet from the site. The bear lasted 20 hours. She went to another one of her sites. Now here at Nell's site, this unit is 280 feet. And the situation that we ran into is that with the line that we're running, and cost has a lot to do with everything, we can only go 300 feet from the site. So this unit's 280 feet. And 280 feet didn't seem to be enough. The sensitivity of these animals is amazing. Now on the next site we're going to go to, we're going to be able to rig out the lines in such a way that we'll have 300-foot sections to another power source, to another power source, to another power source. So the next site, we're going to stretch this unit out 1,200 feet. We'll also be silencing the generator that much more, so there is possibly no way, though I won't say that on record, that this bear's going to hear this thing. But it'll be a lot further away. It should be a lot more comfortable for the animal. There should be no reason for the next animal to leave. And that's what's happening here. We're learning as we go. We're learning what the animal can tolerate and what it won't tolerate. And when you're dealing with wild black bears, these are things that you run into. But we're very, very close. You know, after having a long conversation with Randy about the denning and the amount of time that my brother Bert and I have spent with Randy over the past month, you know, and he has been collaring bears since 1975. And it's like this bear that was here, she was 16 years old. And what these bears do is that they have multiple denning sites. And when you have conditions that we're in right now, it's nothing for those bears just to, I mean, they can have a tree fall 15 feet from the den site. They'll just go to the next site. And I'm sure that Nell is within the vicinity and even can be within the vicinity of where she's hearing us right now. But what we don't want to do is that we don't want to go after Nell again. We're going to let her go. She's going to do her thing, and Randy will meet up with her in March. So what we're going to do, we're going to pick up our equipment here, and we're going to go to another site. Okay, well, I'm at Nell's former site, and what we wanted to show you here is that pretty much what goes on is that after the biologists put the bear to sleep and they do their work as far as weight and how she's doing and how close she is to birth and that, my brother Bert and a couple other guys, they come down in here and there's a camera secured under here on the other side of this log. That's why we can't see it, but it's strapped to this log, and that's where we get the inside angle, and those are tight quarters inside there. And one thing that we did learn in all this, that the bears never seem to pay any mind to the camera at all. They don't even notice it. And also in there is an infrared light. And what that infrared light is doing is that is supplying us the light we need so we can see when it's dark. And also, they can't see the infrared light just like we can. And that was something we weren't sure about when we first started all this. But the bears, they don't seem to really, they don't even know the camera's there. Now, another camera that we have set up is right over there on the tree. And this is camera 2, and that's camera 1. And it's over there up on a tree so we can get outside shots of the den here, mainly for the springtime when the cubs come out. Now, there's 2 reasons why we're going through all this effort, and the first one is to educate the public and also to educate the biologists on things that they don't know about. And one is the activity inside of a den, a bear's den, especially a wild black bear den, you know. And the other thing is, the reason why we're doing this is so the Wildlife Research Foundation can raise funds so people like Randy and his crew have the equipment that they need in order to study these animals even more than they are now. So it's people like you that are going to make all this possible. And we're very close to what we want to accomplish. And we will get there and you will see it.